Hi, Bill here. I just purchased a peavey Renown a solo series guitar amp at a pawn shop for 60 bucks, which I thought was a really good deal. But it didn't have a foot switch, and that's something you're really going to need with this amp because you have two preamps on board and the ability to switch back and forth between 1 and 2. There is no independent switch outside of the foot switch that will allow you to do that. So you're going to have to build a foot switch for this, and that's what I had to do. First thing is you're going to have to go out and get this little bugger right here. This is a single pole double throw switch, it's called, and in the up position it'll kick on one preamp and kick the other off, and vice versa in the down position. It's called a single pole double throw. You're going to need that. Center is negative, and the top and the bottom are your positives for your left and right channel, and you can see how that would work. You're actually going to be grounding out. The way this works is you're grounding out that particular amp that you don't want to hear when you flick the switch. It's a grounding process. Okay, I'm going to go to the amp now and show you what you need to do. Now here's something that I thought was kind of unusual. The thing you're going to be concerned about, this is a 5-pin DIN pin switch, a receptacle, and versus your your standard quarter-inch situation that you have on a lot of your foot switches. The thing to be concerned about on this switch, you're going to see a red wire, and you're going to see a green way in the back. Those are your left and right channel positive leads. Now the way this is going to work, you're going to have to short out the red, which will allow the right to sound, or short out the green, which will allow the left to sound. But what I did, since we don't have a foot switch, I had to make one. Number one, you're going to have to go out and buy a regular stereo headphone jack. Works perfectly. You're going to run the positive from this headphone jack on the left or right side to either one of the red or one of the green wires on the DIN pin receptacle. And you're going to do the same thing with the other side. So what you're doing is you're running a wire. You're not going to disconnect anything from the DIN pin switch here. You're just going to solder on to the red wire, solder on where the green wire is, and you're going to run those over to your left and right on your switch. And of course your ground, you're going to want to run that back and ground that out. I went over to the ground on the other quarter-inch jack here, and that seemed to work out just fine. Alright, you're going to want to use some good shielded cable because you don't want to get a lot of noise going on. So I used a regular guitar cable to do that. Now, here's a foot switch that I built. Okay, and here's my switch inside here. Okay, you're going to have to make some kind of a, however you do this, it doesn't have to be pretty or whatever, but this is what I came up with. This is a electrical box for a house, if you're going to put in a light switch or whatever. That seemed to work out just really nice for putting this in. It's nice and solid, cast iron. And here's my cover that you can just put that on. There you go. And you got yourself a nice little switch there. Now also what I did here is, you see this package here. What this is this is just plastic wrapped around the auxiliary speaker out. Instead of drilling a hole here, I felt I could live without the speaker out, but I don't want to live without my preamp in and my power amp out, because that makes a real nice effects loop. So if I can get rid of anything, it would be my speaker out. So why drill a hole back here unnecessarily if you don't have to, if you're not going to use something anyway? Just wrap plastic around it, make sure it doesn't short out against anything. And again, I'm going to go quickly here. Green wire, red wire are hot. Run those over to your stereo. Ground it out, or your stereo input. Ground wire to ground. Your pin, or your Single pull, double throw is what it's called. That's the kind of switch you're going to look for. Center is ground. Upper and lower, that's your left and right for your channel switching. And okay, I'm going to show you how this works here. Okay, we're back, and here's how this is going to work. Okay, here's one channel. There's the other channel. Hit your switch again. And your other channel. Anyway, that's how you build a switch. The only thing you don't have on this switch is the one you can get at Foot Doctor for about 75 bucks, is you can run both amps together. But if you pull the plug out of your foot switch, you can run both amps together. So if you want to run both preamps together, just pull the plug out, and there you go. Anyway, that saved me quite a bit of money. Cost me about 15-20 bucks to do this. So it's just a little money saver. If you need a switch for the Renown, before you think about going out and buying one, this is just a way to build one and save yourself a little bit of money at the same time.